and then get some money for that. Whereas I, wake up hard. No, that's weird.
You wake up hard. That's what you're leading with.
No, I wake up early in the morning and work hard for standard wage. But basically. Hello and welcome back to another week of Two Sheep in a Pool. My name's James.
My name's Ben.
How have you been?
I've been good.
Good.
How have you been?
Yes, pretty good. I've got more news about the birds. I thought I'd update us on
Update number 52.
Yes, on the bot. So the flamingo's not been back yet.
No, I noticed that when I went past the other day.
Yeah, so in between when you came the other day and when we're recording, which is only a couple of
2
days.
days. Yeah.
I drove past it yesterday, and the heron has now got a little paper hat, pointy paper hat with a D on it, like a little dunce hat.
Yeah.
It's got that attached to it.
Can you please set up a live feed?
I know.
So we can catch who's doing this.
Because before I was like, oh, are they just fucking with us?
Yeah.
But now I'm for certain, I'm like, that's definitely someone's just fucking around with it.
Yeah, I think it would be up in the air how you were describing it before, but if a dunce hat has become involved,
Yeah.
I'm going to say they're fucking with you.
Yeah, I think so. But I'm really happy. I really like this. I think it looks good.
I like the goings on with the birds.
Yeah, the commitment.
I want this to keep going.
Yeah, I'll keep us updated on any.
Maybe it's you. Are you just feeding this story and pretending? I don't know who it is.
Somebody put a dunce hat on. What a great idea! And then all the time I'm just patting myself on the back.
Yeah.
No, but I wish.
I'm kind of glad when you told me that you had more bird news before you started recording. I thought it couldn't possibly be a new bird story. I'm quite glad that it's a recurring one because that would be stupid.
Yeah, I thought I'd update everybody because I thought it was quite funny. Right, you got a complaint?
I'm not got a complaint.
Okay.
I've got I don't know what I'm going to call this. It's a thing. My
Cool.
Thing.
Something to talk about.
How exhilarating. I've never felt so exhilarated in my life than
Cocaine.
bidding for something on eBay.
Oh God, you are turning middle-aged. What do you mean, right? Because you're obviously bidding on eBay in the wrong way then.
Why?
Because you go, right, how much do I want to pay for this thing? You put that amount of money in and then you walk away.
Yeah, well, okay.
But I imagine you didn't do that if you're saying it's
No. I didn't get into like a bidding war or anything like
Right.
that. Okay, so there was some shoes that I was going to get on eBay because I saw they were very cheap.
Mm-hmm.
So I did what you just said then. I had a budget. Like that's my cap. I'm not going to go anything above that. But I didn't want to get into a bidding war with someone early on. So I saw there was 2 days left on the shoes. So I just clicked watch instead of bid. So then I waited because my mum runs an eBay shop. So I went to her for advice. I was like, what's the best way to get something on eBay?
Okay.
She was like, leave it till literally the last second before you put your bid in because then no one can retaliate to the bid.
Right.
So if there's like 2 or 3 people outbidding each other and it just goes above the thing, you're out anyway. But if you're going to get involved, just put a substantially bigger amount if that's your budget. And literally, she was like, wait for the counter to go to like 5 seconds. Hit bid.
Yeah, so you became an eBay sniper.
I was an eBay sniper.
Right.
I was sitting there ready and the counter got to 2 minutes. And I was like, because I'm not bidding anything. I was like, is it going to suddenly ask me to put card details in? Is it going to say, oh, you can't jump up that much, you've got to do? So I was like, oh, I'm going to have to bid now. No, I was like, no, I've got to wait. So I got to a minute and I was like, oh, I don't know if I can hold my nerve. It's going to go. And then I got to 20 seconds and that's when I put my thing in. And then I won the bid.
Good job.
I was very happy, but my heart was racing for that last minute.
Did somebody else get a bid in after you'd bid, or did it just?
No. That seemed to be.
As in, like, it didn't go jumped up. Say it was like you put 60 in, it went up to like 40, and then it was like 45.
So I put,
and then you still won at 45.
35 was my budget.
Okay.
So just in case someone else had gone 35 as well, I put 35.51. Just in case.
Okay.
So I put that in, and previously it was £17, and then it jumped up to, I think, 30... What was it? It was like £2 under my max.
Right.
So someone else had obviously put a higher one in as well.
Yeah.
And then, bam, and I won.
Right.
It's very exciting.
I don't know. I feel... I'm not sure about the eBay sniper stuff, because if you were...
Are you going to say it's not fair?
No, that's not fair.
okay.
But like, I'm not sure about that's the way I would go about it. Like, just why didn't you put in that amount of money a week ago?
Well, because then if someone else is also wanting the product,
Yeah.
that gives them a whole week to go, I think I do want this more actually, and they'll increase their budget, and
Right.
then I'll increase the budget, and then before it gets to the last day, we could have ended up at the price that I won it at, because I went in at the last minute.
But if you just put in £31.51
Yeah,
right at the beginning,
yeah.
then you would have never have paid as much. Like, once it goes over that, then you just bid on a different one. Or was it like one
That's
of a
what I'm
kind?
saying. If it had gone above
Yeah.
my maximum amount,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have put my bid in at all. I'd have just moved on.
Right.
Yeah.
But why not just put it in at the beginning of the week?
Because then it would entice people into a bidding war, because other people would see the amount go up.
But then people should just put in the amount that they're willing to pay. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So say someone was like, right, I would pay £40 for those shoes, and you'd only pay £31 something.
Yeah.
They at the beginning should have put in £40
Yeah.
because it only bids up.
They'd put 40,
Yeah.
and it would jump up to whatever it was at the time. Say it was 18, 19, and then I came along and put 30 in.
Yeah.
It would jump up to 30
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then you just ignore that one and you go and bid on the next one. And
Well, the shoes I was looking for were quite few and far between.
okay, then maybe that's different then.
Yeah.
But if it's a something that's there regularly.
There was only one
Right.
that I found, basically.
Okay, well, that's different then.
Yeah. So
You didn't
that's
say
changed
that.
the whole dynamic.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. I mean, good idea, Ben. I'm glad you got your shoes. Have they
Thank
turned
you.
up yet?
No, they're arriving tomorrow.
The seller will be like, that's not enough money.
Yeah.
And they just not sell them. Right, do you want to hear my complaints?
Go on.
So,
Hang on, complaints.
yeah.
Multiple.
They're kind of related. Number one is we've just gone through a daylight savings thing.
Mm-hmm.
What a ball like those are.
I was quite looking forward to it, though, because now we get longer nights.
No, but
shorter nights. We get more sun.
the time of night has not changed.
Well, no, I realised that.
The amount of hours that darkness is around,
Yes.
I dislike it. Tell you why. Tell you why.
Tell-
Because unlike everybody else, I get up at 5
Yes.
o'clock in the morning. So it was quite light for me. It was starting to get light. And now that when I get up at the same time of the alarm, it's now dark again and miserable.
Yeah.
Whereas basically, I feel like those people that are evening people have stolen my sunlight.
Yes.
Because it's gone
And I'm
from
fine with that.
Yeah, 'cause it's gone from being light in the morning to being light in the evening.
And that's the bit that matters.
And we lost an hour's sleep.
That's true.
So that made it doesn't matter for you because you're like, hardly work. You wake up at 4:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I'll
Hang on, you're painting a picture of
jump
me here.
in the
I
shower.
don't sleep in.
go and play some sophisticated animal intestine strings, and then get some money for that. Whereas I, wake up hard. No, that's weird.
You wake up hard. That's what you're leading with.
No, I wake up early in the morning and work hard for standard wage. No, basically, I just woke up tired.
Hang on. Hold up 1 second. We're just gonna...
I'm not saying this was a joke.
The clocks changed
Yeah,
going from Saturday into Sunday,
Right.
where you didn't need to wake up to go to work.
right, but still, all right. Let me talk about this because it's like jet lag. You lose an hour.
Yeah.
So I then lost an hour's sleep. Do you know what I mean? Into the next day because it got shifted anyway. Right. So I was tired. Mm-hmm. So then I get into work. This is the second complaint.
Okay.
And do you drink tea?
I don't like tea.
Right. So usually tea bags come in like a box and you
Okay.
pick them out.
I'm familiar with a tea bag.
Concept, yeah.
Yes.
So are you familiar with that? Usually they come as a single unit.
Yes.
And then you put them in and then you make your brew.
Yes.
Well, there's a box at work that has the tea bags connected. Like there's two.
As you have to rip them.
You have to, why? Why do I have to rip apart a tea bag? Do you know what I said? I had the littlest complaint. This is the littlest complaint.
This has reached new levels of pettiness.
Yeah, because I was tired. I just wanted a cup of tea, and I picked it out and put it in, and then I realised it was 2 in 1, so I had to take it back out, rip it apart, and
you
then
don't just have stronger tea.
no
I might like tea if I use 2.
6 tea bags.
Because my problem with tea. Okay, here's my complaint.
Okay,
There's barely any taste. It's just water with an aftertaste of something. It's like,
yeah,
it's like dishwater.
take that back.
I'm not going to take that
I'm
back.
going to take away your British citizenship.
Okay, please do.
Well, coffee's too strong.
Well, that's coffee has a taste. tea is just murky water.
So it's like, for me, tea is the air. It's fresh, it's beautiful, delicious. Coffee's like eating the ground. Do you know what I mean? Horrible, dirty, filthy.
No, strong and tasteful.
Right, well, you start breathing the dirt. That sounds fair to me.
Well, and it helped me. I tell you what. When I lost my hour of sleep, I woke up, had some coffee. I felt great.
I just had a caffeine pill, so it was all right.
Oh, it's probably more caffeine than I had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's worth five cups of coffee. It is buzzing.
Good.
Buzzing. I was. No, I didn't have a caffeine pill that day, but I do have caffeine pills.
Yes.
Right. News Bleat.
Here we go. Right, what's going on this week?
Well, I found one that I thought you would be interested in hearing about, because I imagine you probably haven't heard this one.
Okay.
So there's been another lawsuit.
Oh,
right, we haven't been talking about lawsuits, haven't we? Against TGI Fridays.
Oh.
Yeah. Claiming that their potato skins contain no potato skins.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what they've said. So basically, they're selling it as potato skins, but it actually contains potato flakes, potato starch, but no actual skin. This is just in the US, but
I was going to say, going back to, it's admittedly been a few years since I worked there, but we definitely used to. It was definitely potato skin, with bacon on it. Bacon potato skins. That's what they normally were.
Yeah. So basically, that's what they've done. They've actually put a lawsuit in against TGIs. He said the Idaho Potato Commissions and other insider and outside the industry.
Sorry, say that again.
The lawsuit by Solange Toroncoso,
definitively.
yes, said that the Idaho Potato Commission and others inside and outside the industry have associated potato skins with healthy eating since they started appearing on restaurants' menus half a century ago.
Hang on, I don't think anyone has ever been under the misconception that potato skins are healthy.
They're saying they are healthy. A potato commission, Ben.
Hang on, are we talking about just a potato in its natural form? Are we talking about deep fried potato skins?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think just in general they've come out.
Because I'm not saying potatoes are unhealthy.
Yeah.
But if you prepare them into crisps or fry them in some form, I think you've kind of lost the healthiness there. I don't think anyone's ever thought, oh, I'm going to have some healthy potato skins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
basically, they claiming that their potato skins don't actually have skin in them. It's maybe like a potato husk.
Yeah.
And not actually a potato skin.
Right. I think they sound stupid.
Yes, probably. But I thought...
Has there been a retaliation, a response from them?
I think TGIs have not...
From my mates?
TGI Fridays did not immediately respond to the requests of comment. Immediately. Do you know what I mean? It's like, we're going to write the story. TGI's got anything to comment?
Nah.
Bah, they said nothing. What guilt.
I'm intrigued. Because now I'm going over in my head, I'm trying to picture them when we used to serve them.
Yeah.
Like, they definitely looked like potato skins.
That's where it's false advertising,
Ben. Because we definitely had, so there was the fleshy, fluffy part of the potato.
Yeah.
And there was definitely a skin.
Yeah.
So they'd have had to manufacture a fake skin, if that's the case.
Were they all of a similar size, though? Do you know what I mean? Because
they're a little bit different. They're pretty bang on, but...
So I wonder if it's like, artificially created, like, if you got like pressed potato into that kind of bowl shape, and then you deep fried that.
Maybe it just formed. I'm fairly sure that was a proper potato skin. At least back back in my day.
I don't think you could convince a court of law.
Well, I don't think I'd be called in.
I think
Sorry, can you testify? You worked for TGI Fridays approximately 6 years ago. Can you comment on this, please?
Ben, are you a reliable witness? What do you do for a job? Oh, you wake up at 4:30 in the afternoon?
I do not wait. I'm not having this picture painted of me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That daylight savings affected me too, because I forgot and I had to get up and run.
Oh, what, to work?
No.
Oh, you never run to work, do you, Jeremy?
If I ran to work, I'd break my back. The amount of stuff I have to carry.
No, I'm only messing with you, Ben. I'm only messing. What was your news then?
Kind of just a talking point on what you think of this. So
Wait, 1 second.
Yes?
Is news the multiple of news?
News.
So is this...
I've got one news story. I've got two news stories.
But then, do you know what I mean? This is news. Is this
Are
singular?
you proposing newses?
Or is it just new?
New. I've
Yeah.
got one new for you.
Yeah.
Okay, here's my first new.
Thank you.
So there is a guy called David Nutt who used to be the UK government's drug advisor.
D-Nut.
D-Nut. The reason he was sacked from this position was because he argued that horse riding is more dangerous than taking ecstasy.
I mean, statistically, it might be right.
Statistically, I think he is right. Anyway, that's not relevant to the story.
Okay.
I just wanted to get that in there
Why
for
would
his
you be
credentials.
fired for that then?
I don't know. Anyway,
Well, one's illegal, I guess.
yes,
Is taking ecstasy illegal?
I imagine it. What class drug is it?
But is it not just selling and the buying? Anyway, moving on.
Anyway, he's
Mr.
now
Nutman.
producing a type of beer that doesn't give you hangovers.
Okay.
Hangoverless alcohol.
Oh, I think I might have seen this.
This
like
got-
synthetic alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this got it says here that the headline is hangover-free alcohol could be available for your consumption in the next 5 years.
I hate storylines that are like that. Next 5
Yes.
years never comes.
But my point is, should that be a thing? Because I feel like the hangover is the way of kind of preventing you from having too much, at least for some people. There's repercussions to putting that much in your body. If it's gone, is that going to lead to worse drink binges?
Maybe. Could you not say the same thing about food, though? If you eat too much food, that has a negative impact on you and your life and the people around you. So should we put in stuff that makes you feel bad for eating food?
But I think you do get a similar thing that if you were to eat a plate of vegetables compared to a plate of fast food,
Yeah.
you do get the repercussions of sorts from feeling sluggish and that side of things.
Yeah. No, I would say I don't think it's a big deal.
You don't think it's a big deal?
No, because I feel like those people that are going to drink lots and lots are going to do it anyway.
Anyway, yeah.
Is it better to have a more productive person the day after for
Yeah.
society?
I'm not saying I agree with this.
Yeah.
If I could have beer that would give me a hangover and beer that wouldn't, I'm definitely going to go for the one that's not going to give me a
Yeah.
hangover.
It depends on the taste as well. You know, if it tastes atrocious,
Yeah,
then well, you just have vodka then, don't you?
true.
Yeah.
But imagine if we get to a point where all alcohol doesn't give you hangovers.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
But it gets you drunk.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's probably some sort of pills out there that give you a similar kind of thing where you have high, but you probably don't have any come down or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, that's maybe happening in the next 5 years.
Do you reckon he's like fallen off a horse while like taking ecstasy, and then people were like, "Oh, you shouldn't be taking ecstasy." And he's actually, the riding of the horse was the issue, not the taking of ecstasy.
Maybe. I've got to say, I didn't really research the man himself.
No,
So,
that was an interesting. I like that. Yeah.
you got any more?
Nope.
Right. That's all my news.
Fake news or not?
Go on.
Right. Fake news. It is where I come.
Did I have?
Why do I say that every time?
You've never learned.
Yeah. Where I bring to the podcast 2 news stories. One that is... No, not one that is fake. One that's not. Either that is fake or it's made up. No. Oh
Right.
my God.
You would think.
Let me start again.
You would think. We're 26 episodes in now.
Yeah, but we didn't do it
you'd
from the
think that
beginning.
this would be
didn't do
polished.
it from the
Okay. Well, at least 20. You've done this at least 20 times.
True. Okay. Can I start again?
No.
Oh, right.
Go on. Start again.
Some stories that are ridiculous or some stories that are fake and made up by me.
Yes.
Boom.
And I've got to guess them.
You've got to guess them.
That's what we're doing.
And it's 2019 to Ben at the moment.
2019 to me.
Okay. First one.
Yes.
American Airlines flight departs 22 minutes early without passengers and then blames the passengers.
Okay. I'm looking forward to digging into this one a little deeper. Okay.
And England's oldest man says the secret to a long life is to avoid dying.
Thanks for the top tip.
Yes.
Okay, let's go back to the first one.
Yep.
What is the reason that he left early?
The pilot.
Yes.
Basically, he claims that he could. Like,
Okay.
so he said the American airline have said that they have in their contract the ability to leave early 30 minutes and cancel everyone's stuff, so they kind of just did.
Right.
Yeah.
For no good reason, though. It wasn't because weather conditions were getting worse and they needed to go. It wasn't because
Yeah.
they just went and then blamed it on the passengers.
Basically.
Something sounds fishy there.
I think they have the ability to leave up to 30 minutes before departure time. And then anyone that wasn't there in time, they cancelled their flight.
Right, okay.
That makes sense. So say the time was like 7:30.
Yeah.
They left before 7:30, but you were supposed to be at your gate at 7.
At 7, yeah.
Right.
But you said in the headline that he left with no passengers.
I did.
You did?
I did say that.
So there was no passengers aboard the plane, suggesting that not one passenger was there on the time they should have been.
That's what the headline says.
I feel like your fake story is spiraling out of control.
Right, do you want to hear about the oldest man in England?
Do tell me about the oldest man in England.
He's a man who's old.
Okay.
And he's done it by avoiding time.
Okay.
And
was this in an interview?
Yeah, so he had an interview.
How old is he?
He is 111.
111?
111.
Okay, I feel like that probably checks out about age-wise.
He's a million.
Okay. True.
True.
Okay, 111. He was interviewing.
Uh-huh.
Or being interviewed, rather.
Yeah, being interviewed for being old.
Okay, was it his birthday?
Yes.
It was. Was there any more to his explanation? I've got to imagine there was more to the interview than, why do you reckon you've lived so long? I avoided dying.
He did say other things.
Okay.
But that was the one that the headline went for.
I imagine they would. If I was interviewing an old man and he said that, I'd lead with that.
Yeah, he did also say copious amounts of hookers and cocaine.
No.
He didn't say that.
He didn't.
I've made that bit up about him.
Made that bit up or the whole thing?
Just that last line.
Okay. I'm going to go... I feel like it's going to be real now, but that first one, I'm not convinced.
Okay.
I'm not convinced after our discussion. I'm saying that that's fake. The second one, I feel like it's not ridiculous enough that it's fake. So I'm going to go with the old man's true.
Right.
And the speedy pilot is not true.
Okay. So England's oldest man is correct.
Yeah.
But the other one is also...
It's also correct.
No, it's fake. So
it's fake?
Yeah, so you got that one wrong.
Hang on, what?
So American's airline flight departed early
Yeah.
is real.
Oh, it's
so
real?
Real news, yeah, so it's
Hang
real.
on, you really confused me there.
What is it with
You just said that was fake.
I did.
Is it real or is it not?
It's real. It's real.
You made up no stories this week.
No, I made no stories this week.
Okay, good.
I felt like I have. Yeah, basically...
I feel like you have.
I think from what I was trying to guess, from kind of only reading the headline...
Right,
and then
what happened? Please elaborate, because that did not sound convincing.
Perfect. I think maybe some passengers got on it.
So you lied to me.
The headline reads, American Airlines flight departs Manchester 22 minutes early without passenger.
Ah.
I've misread that. And blames passenger.
I feel a little bit cheated there. Because technically, you've given me a different headline there. Technically, that headline was made up by you.
Yeah, I guess it was. So I wondered why it was a story about only one passenger and how it didn't relate to anything else.
Right, the jigsaw is coming together with why this didn't make sense.
Yeah, so it left without a passenger. And then
that sounds much more likely than an entire plane of passengers.
And then it blamed the passenger.
And then blamed the passenger.
Yeah.
See, that just sounds like a normal day in the office for him. That just sounds like something that happens every day at airports.
Yeah, well, it wasn't the pilot that blamed him, but the airline that blamed him.
I think that's fair.
Oh, does that still count? I feel like I've cheated myself out of one here. I don't think I'd have picked that. I wouldn't have picked that story to be a headline.
I was going to say, how is that a headline?
It's because the flight left early still.
Oh, yeah.
So he was like, oh, it's like, pick me up at 7:30, Ben.
Yeah.
And then you get there at 7 and go, why are you not here?
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to let you decide what to do with the points there.
Well, you still got one, and I got one, so nothing really changes.
So we're just going 1-1.
Is this a null week?
This is a null week.
Yeah, okay, fine.
1-1. So the scores will go up, but the difference will not change.
That's me misreading there. I just assumed it said passengers because I was like, that's a great headline.
Yes.
Because it sounds like they've just left with an empty plane.
A good headline, but an incorrect headline.
Should we start again?
No. Right, moving on. So, before we do the main topic, I think we're going to slip in our famous segment.
Yeah.
Will I recommend?
Will I recommend? Go on, Ben. What will you recommend to me?
Well, I will recommend...
No.
I've got some things to recommend. Have you got anything to recommend before I jump in?
Yeah, I've been reading this book lately. I think it's been... I love it. It's the second time I'm reading it. It's called The Stand.
I knew this was going to be a dig at me.
Have you read that at all? Have you heard of it?
No, I've never heard of it, actually.
No, it's really good.
Oh, no, hang on. My friend did recommend this book to me.
Yeah. This is just shit listening. I recommended a book to Ben. He started listening to it as an audiobook and didn't get through it.
Yet.
For
For anyone who doesn't know, it's a very, very long book. And whilst the premise is intriguing and everything seems good about it, the way it's written is very tedious.
It's not tedious. If you just weren't running for like 8 hours long, you wouldn't find it. Just listen to it in your spare time, Ben.
I will.
Or I'll buy it and read it to you in your sleep.
I prefer that to not happen. But I will listen to it at some point.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It gets... When you start meeting the characters and like, for me, because I'm kind of meeting them for the second time again, it's really nice. Yeah. I'd be interested to see how you felt about the characters as we were going along.
Right. Well, in a future episode, we will discuss this book.
Okay.
After I've listened to it. Okay.
Sorry.
Right.
Okay, I've got that's on my chest now.
Okay.
My chest.
It's on your chest now.
It's on my chest.
You just stuck it on there.
Yeah. So I remember
until I've read it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm only 2 episodes in, but I want to recommend this because it seems really good. The OA. Have you heard of that?
It's on my list to watch.
Bump it up to the top.
Okay.
It's really good.
Okay. What's that about? Give me it.
So all I know so far is there is a girl that went missing 10 years ago. The parents have been looking for her, and she suddenly turns up again. They see a video online of her. I don't think it's a spoiler because it happens in the first 10 minutes. Someone jumps off a bridge. They survive, but it turns out to be this girl that's been missing for 10 years. And then we kind of jump into the story and we're just kind of piecing together what happened in the interim. And there's just kind of a vague feel of, I don't want to say like supernatural, but there's something not quite right.
Yeah. I think I saw the trailer for that and thought that'd be interesting to watch.
But nothing has gripped me as much as this in the first episode.
Okay.
Like this did in a while. So I want to recommend that now.
Yeah.
So everyone can watch along, and then we'll do an episode on it at some point.
I think I'll say that I will watch it, and then I won't.
Okay. I don't know anyone who'd do that. Anyway.
Yes.
That's the end of Will I Recommend for this week. Time for the main topic?
Time to move on.
Okay. Right, what are we talking about today?
Right, so we're going to talk about superpowers in general and like,
yes,
what's the best, what's the worst.
This is marking its 23 days until Marvel's Endgame.
Not that Ben's counting down. How many hours?
A few
hours. At least a few hours. Yeah. That's what I thought. I have a little... So I was speaking to Annie about this, saying, I said, if you could have a superpower, what would yours be? And she said, maybe teleportation, or what was the other one? Or something else, but I can't remember. And I was like, why? If you're going to have teleportation, why not have something that's more applicable, like stopping time?
Yeah.
Because you could kind of teleport anyway if you just stopped time, walked there, and then restarted time.
I think in practice, though, you're saying the illusion of teleportation. That removes the possibility of, say I wanted to just go to Australia now, and I had teleportation, I could be there next second. bam, I'm
Right.
there. For you, I'd be like, okay, meet me there with your power.
Yeah.
I'll see you there in... How are you even going to get there? If you stop time, can you pilot things?
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
I get what you're saying.
This is the discussion we were having. Is like, does anything you touch continue to have time? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, Annie was like, I said if I could stop time, she'd be like, oh, that'd be great, yeah, because I think I'd probably just have a nap in the day. I was like, you have this superpower to stop time, and all you want to do is just have a nap. And I was like, how would you wake yourself up? And she was like, oh, I'd set an alarm on my phone.
It wouldn't work.
That's what I said. And she was like, yeah, no, I wouldn't use the alarm clock. I'd just set a timer.
Right. Well, I feel...
And I was like, that wouldn't work either.
I feel like we should say now that we should try and not get into very long-winded discussions on physics within the superpower world that we're talking about.
We're just saying it works because of magics.
Yes, because I think that's the whole issue that you could run into with... You've always got to decide, if you're reading comics, and also you're writing comics, you've got to establish the rules of your world. Yeah. Because none of this is real.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you kind of want it to be believable.
Yeah, you got to kind of suspend your disbelief. Yeah. But also, so that continued, and then Annie asked me, and I was kind of just spitballing. I said, I wouldn't mind the ability to read minds. Uh-huh. And her first response was, oh, I wouldn't like that.
Why?
Well, that made me a little bit worried. Because I'm like, what is she thinking about that she wouldn't enjoy me thinking, like, being able to hear what her thoughts are? So what's she hiding from me, Ben?
She's planning on killing you.
Oh.
She's told me that.
How's she going to do it?
With stopping time.
Oh, no. Do I just stuck in a time tomb?
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
What would you go for?
I've spoke about this in the past of not wanting to die. So I quite like the idea of having Wolverine's power.
Yes.
Where he kind of just grows back any sort of damage and has very slow aging and kind of pretty much immortal. But that kind of power where you kind of live forever. Yeah. But you know, there are always drawbacks to that kind of thing, aren't they? It's like
I think you would be fairly not on your own, but I think that wouldn't be many people's.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like a blessing and a curse.
Yeah, the argument of the loneliness versus Yeah.
For sure. And I don't like, I want the ability to be able to turn it off if I want. If I get trapped in a steel grave buried 6 kilometers deep in the earth, I don't want to just like die, come back alive, constantly.
So in your world of superpowers, are you the only one with superpowers?
Yeah.
So you want to be the OP one?
Yeah, for sure. Well,
no one to take down.
It's like, what is it? Cyclone in Incredibles? Begins with a C.
He's got rocket boots.
Syndicate.
Syndrome.
I knew it was a C. Yeah, and he's like, what?
S. Syndrome. It's not a Kindrome.
Yeah, but some C's sounds like S's, don't they?
True, but I think it's an S.
Like cycle.
Yes.
Thank you.
He's not called Cycle, though.
Cycledrome. Anyway. Yeah, he's like, if everybody has superpowers, then nobody has superpowers.
Yeah.
Which is, I agree with that.
Can I have superpowers in your world, though?
Depends what it is.
Okay.
Well, you can have your own world.
Okay. I want to be in your world, though. Flight is the one that I always went to as a kid.
Okay.
Just flying. I know that practically things like you'd end up freezing to death at a high altitude or running out of oxygen, but just imagine we can work around them.
Yeah. Oh, how are you imagining your flight? Are you talking like storm style, the wind picks you up, you control the power of that?
Like Superman style, that you can just kind of float. There's no visible propulsion.
Yeah,
I don't have to like take a running jump. I can just kind of go.
You don't have
I
big
don't have
wings.
to flap.
No.
that would be very like Dumbo. I have really big ears to flap. Just flying, that's the thought of it's great.
I quite like how Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy does it.
How do they do it?
Douglas Adams. He said the trick to being able to fly is to fall and I kind of think forget about your fall halfway through.
Yeah.
So you get halfway through it and you just never stop falling and flying. And then like you then stop flying when you think about that you're flying, and then you start falling again.
That's cool.
Oh, it was quite interesting how he does it because that whole book's a little bit silly. So I thought it was quite
all I can
silly
remember is number 42. Is that what it is?
The Meaning of Life.
Meaning of Life. Yeah. But
Very
I
good.
think that flying would just be fun. I
It
know
would.
it wouldn't be the best power,
No.
like in a practical use, but it would be fun
Yeah.
to just open that door now and just jump off the side and fly a bit.
It's very visible power, isn't it, really?
It is. Yeah, you'd be known. Mm-hmm. I don't think it'd take long for someone to spot someone flying.
Would you wear a mask if you were flying to kind of conceal your identity?
Protect my loved ones from
Yes.
all the supervillains that we've said are not going to be in this world.
Well, I just mean from, like, the government.
Yeah, probably.
Because I imagine they would want to know about someone that can fly.
I reckon you get hunted down pretty quick.
You reckon?
Yeah.
People would just shoot at you, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they would.
Or, like, follow you with a drone.
Well, we're not in America.
America. True.
Um,
Do you think it's... Because I remember reading somewhere that was like, if humans could fly,
yeah.
it'd be exercise, so we wouldn't.
Yeah.
It's like, do you know what I mean the amount of energy you have to put into run anywhere?
Yeah.
Would it be like that kind of effort? Do you know what I mean if you flew a marathon length, would
Yeah.
you be exhausted after like you would be running a marathon?
I'm going to go with no.
Okay.
With the rules, that takes the fun out of it.
It does.
That would suggest that you're flapping, though, that you're doing something.
Yeah, or it could take mental energy to keep yourself aloft.
Okay, well, the reason that I can fly, if we need like manipulating gravity or
Farts.
something, farts.
Yes.
Yes. I
Okay.
don't think you'd be flying very far.
How can Superman fly? Did they give a reason for that?
Oh, I'm sure they have.
Because wasn't it originally that he could just jump
He
really
could just
high?
jump really high. I think it's to do with. I think that is to do with gravity.
Yeah.
Because he gets his power from the yellow sun's beams of
Yeah.
our sun.
What do you think about people with like invisibility?
I think that
Be a
would
bit creepy.
Yeah, I feel like that would not have that many applications when it came to it. Other
Yeah.
than you'd be able to rob stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like you're being a bit evil with your powers, really.
Yeah, do you use your superpower for villainous or heroic things? Whereas I just want to live forever.
You just want to live
Mine's
forever.
very selfish.
I think time travel related powers are probably what I'd end up on.
Yeah.
Ideally, I'd just like to go for time manipulation, so I can stop it and I can travel through it.
And you can slow it down.
Slow it down, so you could look like the Flash.
Yeah.
You could just slow it down a little bit.
Does the Flash kind of have time travel because he can travel so fast?
Yeah, he's got able to like travel. I think there's one storyline where he escapes death because he can outrun it. Is the idea.
And doesn't he like? I'm sure they've written the Flash to be super overpowered because he can just like vibrate his way through walls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He just does whatever he wants. He's kind of too powerful.
I think there's always a line where you just cross into ridiculousness. I know that just inherently there's ridiculous at the beginning, but then when you go from a guy who can run really fast to he can now go through walls from vibrating really fast.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's a bit much.
yeah.
It's a bit much.
That said, I like the Flash.
Yeah. So what about think about this? A superpower, so it's
Yeah.
like something supernatural, but it's not really that good, and you can only use it to annoy people.
Okay.
What would you come up with?
Well, I've got a list here. That I
Okay.
want to do a game with you
Yeah.
where I've got a list of rubbish superheroes.
Okay.
I'm going to give you the name,
Yep.
and you're going to try and guess what their power is.
Okay.
Okay. Some of these are more obvious than others. Mm-hmm. Start off with an easy one.
Okay.
Arm fall off boy. What do you reckon his power is?
Does he make people's arms fall off?
Actually, no.
Well, that would be too simple, wouldn't it? Do his own arms fall off?
He can take off his own arms
Yeah.
and hit people with them
Can he only
like
take
a club.
Can he only take one off at a time?
I'm not going to lie, I'm not super familiar with his character. The picture that I saw of him, though, was just removing one arm
Yeah.
and using it like a bat.
Right.
But I think he can take off any of his limbs
I imagine so, but once you've taken off one arm, how are you taking off the other arm?
with his feet.
Okay, I guess you could bite it off.
Yeah.
Do they, if the hands hold each other, can they just pull off? Do you know what I mean? If you,
Also, if they're... But then once they've left his body, they just fall on the floor.
yeah, you can't do anything with them.
I think either way, however you approach this, it's a pretty useless power.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you not just punch someone?
A bit of range.
A bit of range with one arm. That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. So surprisingly, you got that one wrong. Actually, you can't
Well,
make other people's arms fall.
Because I feel like that would be a better superpower.
it would.
Yeah.
Right. Next up, girth.
Can he grow girth-wise? Like he just gets fat?
Kind of. So he's got a massive beer belly
Yeah.
that's super strong, and he just hits people with his belly. And that's his whole power.
It sounds like Juggernaut, but like
Really rubbish.
beer man. Like, yeah, he's just drinking a load of beers.
I don't think he's particularly fat anywhere else. It's just he's got a massive beer belly.
Okay.
That's that one. Okay, here's one that might be a bit more difficult. El Guapo.
El Guapo.
El Guapo.
That sounds Spanish. Guapo. I don't know.
His real name, this isn't really a hint, Robbie Rodriguez.
Do you know what that is in English?
I think guapa in Spanish is, I think, pretty girl. So I'm going to say guapo is like a good-looking guy. I'm going to say that's a complete guess, but...
Is that relevant to his superpower, though?
Well,
Does he make people fall in love with him?
no.
Oh.
Would you like to know his
Tell
power?
me.
So he has a bond with a sentient skateboard.
Yeah.
That's his whole power.
That's his shtick.
He's got a sentient... I was going to say keyboard then. It's not a keyboard. A sentient skateboard. So a bit of backstory here, okay?
Does the skateboard have like powers that it powers itself along, or is it just a skateboard that can talk?
No, I don't think it can talk, but it kind of... Have you seen Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
You know his cape?
Yeah.
It kind of has a bit of a personality and
Right.
can fly about a bit.
Like
It's like that.
Aladdin's
Magic carpet.
carpet. I was going to say scarf then.
Magic scarf. So, okay. He made it onto a team in the Marvel Universe called Ecstatics, where he became a bit of a celebrity.
Okay.
So he used his status to... He cheated on his girlfriend with two models.
The skateboard.
No, but
At the same time.
I think at the same time.
Living the dream.
But the skateboard got jealous because it had a crush on his girlfriend, and so it decided it was going to beat him up. And there's a scene in the comic of him being beaten up by his skateboard, and all he could helplessly cry was, "No, not the face," while he was being attacked. He then went on to die by being impaled through the heart with the skateboard in a separate incident.
Okay. That's impressive.
I think that's a pretty useless power.
I mean, he has no power. He just has a powerful friend, really.
Yeah.
I feel like that skateboard man and his friend El Guapo.
El Guapo.
Give me another. Hit me again.
Hit you again. The Phone Ranger.
Which I see as a pun on the Lone Ranger.
Yes. Well identified.
Does he, if he gets into battle, he can phone their phone and they're distracted and then he just slaps them? Like he picks, like they look at their phone and it says like mum, and they're like, oh shit, I gotta take this, and he picks it up and he's like, it's me, and they look back and he just slap him across the face.
Well, it's kind of more useless than that.
Wow.
So I'll read you his description. So before he was a superhero, he was a telephone repairman. Mm-hmm. So he went on a job one day, he got given a phone to repair, and it turned out that phone had a distress call that was being sent to an alien race.
Right.
So he took this to his workshop and used the technology to build a suit that I think this is a product of its time. I think any technology these days can just do what his suit does. So the description here is he made a suit that could tap into any phone line and could even hold multiple calls at the same time.
Shit.
And all he could do was monitor emergency hotlines, allowing him to be first on the scene. That's his whole power.
And then he does it for helping. Do you know what I mean? Because you can
He
use that
helps
for
people.
blackmailing people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's a good guy.
But I think you could do that now.
That's what the government does anyway.
Yeah.
Listening to this right now.
Just tap into... Well, we are publishing this.
But not as we're recording it.
Recording it on our phone. Right, I got a couple more. Hindsight lad.
He tells you if that's a bad idea after you've already done it.
Basically, his only power is that he overanalyzes a situation after it's happened and tells you how it could have gone better. The only reason that he got into a superhero team was he discovered someone's identity and blackmailed them.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's all his power is.
That's good. That's a good one.
Okay, here's one for you. Jazz.
They're very high tempo, but they're all over the place.
Jazz's only power is that he has blue skin.
Oh.
Yeah. And as a bonus
that's not a power, that's a disability.
Yeah, he also possessed mediocre skills in rapping.
Yeah, that's just a disability, I'm afraid. No, it's not. It's not a disability because people of different skin colour are not disabled.
Yes.
Want to make that perfectly clear right now.
Probably should. Here's one for you. I scream.
EYE.
EYE space scream. I scream.
His eyes scream.
That would be better than what his power is.
Okay.
His power is he can turn himself into any flavor of ice cream.
What, and then gets eaten by people?
I don't know any more than that.
That's
I just saw pictures where he just kind of turned into a puddle of ice cream. Any flavor, though.
Any flavor. Is that like any flavor that's already created, or can he create new flavors?
I'm going to say he can create new flavors.
Like, imagine a horrific one. Coffee flavored ice cream.
That would be great.
Moving on.
Right, I've only got a couple more.
Okay.
Blue snowman.
Is he like Jazz, but he's a snowman?
No. So blue snowman is actually a woman posing as a man, posing as a snowman.
Okay. It's blue.
And they have a snow gun.
Is the snowman blue?
The snowman is blue.
Okay, that makes sense. All right then.
Yes.
Okay. Is the snow gun just a gun covered in snow?
It's
Like a
not
normal
really
gun?
snow. Apparently, it's a mix of chemicals that just freeze people when it hits them.
Oh, okay.
And turns them blue.
Okay. And there is there snowman made out of snow, or is it like a fake? Do you know
I think
what
it's just a suit.
Yeah.
Just a blue snowman suit.
I feel like you only ever blend in then at winter and when the snow's blue.
Yeah. I think out of this list, though, you could actually do stuff with the cold gun.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the better powers.
Yeah, I feel like they've got the gun. I thought, what can I do with this now?
Yeah.
He's not really much different to Mr. Freeze, is he?
No. Okay, last one. I think you might be able to get this one. Color Kid.
He just turns into different colours.
So he can turn anything a different color.
Oh, see, I said that about the arm guy, and it
Yeah,
was like,
you
no, it's
did.
himself.
Yeah.
God, it's hard to know what they do, if it's to themselves or to other people.
But I think it would be novel, maybe not useful.
Yeah.
You could like own 2 outfits and just change the colors. Save money on buying new clothes.
Good.
You have to keep them washed.
You could become like a very quick interior designer.
Yeah, but you can make money off that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The 2 ways of doing it, isn't there? You could change something of colour and then demand payment to change it back.
Yeah. So if I changed your hair purple,
Yeah.
and then like give me money,
Or
I'll put it back.
Yeah.
Then I mean you could always just punch me a bit. But
Yeah, you could create a racket then, couldn't you? Go around.
yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Like you could do it in Liverpool easily.
Yeah.
Like proper people that support Liverpool rather than Everton go and change their car to like
turn it
blue or
blue.
something. Yeah. But I'm not changing it back.
But that was my list of rubbish superheroes.
Right. Fair enough.
There was one that I wanted to do an honorable mention. Their power's good, but the way that they use their power is weird.
Okay.
So there's a couple from a comic series called Sex Criminals. Mm-hmm. They can stop time, but they have to have sex to stop time.
Okay. Okay. As in, time's only stopped while they're having sex, or do they have to have sex to stop it?
So I think the premise is that as they reach climax, that's when time stops.
Right. Okay. How does time start again?
I don't know, actually. I've not read the comic myself.
I thought you'd read every comic ever.
No, that's not true. That's my superpower.
Fair enough.
Anyway, same topic. What's some useless powers you have come up with?
Well, can you think of one just to annoy people, like a personal one that you would do? Because I've got one. Do you want me to give you the one I'm thinking of?
Go on.
For me, I would, because it's not a good superpower.
Yeah.
But I would have the ability to make someone wee themselves, right?
Okay.
But not a lot, like just a little bit, so that they know,
But no one else.
but nobody else. But I know they know,
Yeah.
and they know that they know,
Yeah.
but nobody else.
So would you
knows.
do it at close contact with people that you can make eye contact and just go,
Or like, but I can
know.
do it to anybody in the world at any point. Do you know what I mean?
well, so you don't have to be in the same room?
No. So, for example, I'm watching some sort of speech
Yeah.
by some sort of US president,
That's exactly where my mind went as well.
and I could make them pee their pants just a little bit.
Can you do it like again? So when they go, they kind of pause and they go, oh, I've just wet myself a bit. And then they start again. Can you do it again then?
But only so much that nobody able to notice. Do you know what I mean? If it gets to a point where it would
He's
create a
just
patch.
Openly, yeah.
I
That's
can't-
when it stops.
Yeah.
So you don't decide to stop. You just physically like
Just
I
can't,
can't
yeah.
do anymore.
And so if anybody's in underwear or they're
Yeah.
naked, I can't do it.
That would happen a lot.
Yeah,
That would be a pretty annoying.
Just mildly infuriate people.
Because
they wouldn't know. They think they've just peed themselves. Like, oh, it's never happened.
my mind immediately went to make people fart on cue. That would be pretty annoying.
Could you like control the pitch and timbre? Could you play a group of people as an instrument? Is what I'm saying.
Play a group of people.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
As in, your superpower is you can make people fart. You get a concert,
I see.
and you play them like a piano.
Groups.
Yes,
I see what you mean. Yes, that's exactly what.
I think that would be.
can happen.
Imagine that as a concert. I mean, it would stink. Obviously, it would stink.
Yeah.
But like around you, it's just like a whole symphony of farts, and it creates Beethoven's Fifth Symphony or something like that out of farts.
Yeah.
I would go to that concert just to see it.
I'm trying to think of another. Maybe if you could make people stub their toe, that would be pretty.
That's
irritating.
more like a curse, isn't it? Like every time they stub their toe once a week or something like that.
Yeah.
I was probably cursed, having birds poo on me.
Yeah. Yes. That's your real superpower.
Have
you? I meant to ask actually in follow up when you said you got pooed on by a bird every 6 weeks when you're at school. Has that happened since?
I don't think ever. Not since I've left school.
Right.
I don't think I've ever been pooped on since then.
When you've gone home, like visited the local area, has it happened then?
No.
No.
I don't know.
Maybe it was just a local bird.
Yeah, maybe I was just spending. But it was mostly at school.
Yeah.
So now maybe I'll just spend less time outdoors.
Maybe that I think that could be your power, that you can summon a bird to poo on people.
Someone. That'd be great.
That would be great.
I mean, it wouldn't be useful.
Could you summon any bird or just one bird, like it was your mate?
I think it was that you could cause any bird in the area to come and poop on them.
Could you control them, or do you just have to time it so you were like, okay, they're going above the head now?
No, I think you can control.
You can control them.
Yeah,
okay.
Like you don't have to aim it. But like if someone was watching, they could probably avoid it.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like you did that one day.
That one time.
Yeah,
that was my superpower.
Yeah. Have you ever been into comics, stuff like that? Have you got a favorite superhero?
No, not really.
No. Have you never really been into it?
No, like not that I'm like against it.
No, I'm against superheroes.
No, but some people are like comics. That's so loser.
Yeah.
No, I've never valued like. Every so often, something will pop up on Reddit where it's like, oh, it's from this comic, and they'll have like the Deadpool comic, online or something, and I'll read through it and enjoyed it. But it's almost to me like I'm trying to take a drink of water out of a pool because the pool's just so massive already that like I don't know where to start.
Yeah,
like, there's just so much going on. Where do you start? Who do you start with? What's true? What's canon? What's not? What's a side story?
It's super hard to get into.
Yeah,
because I thought that a few. I've actually never been like super into comics.
Super.
Super.
Is that your superpower?
Super.
Where is my super suit?
I've read a fair bit, but it's so hard to when you suddenly get to an issue and it's like, hang on, that doesn't make sense, and you realize you had to read 7 other side issues, but then you have to locate what those issues were, and then that's part of a wider comic line. It's just really tedious.
Yeah, I think there's a reason why superhero movies, are much more popular than superhero comics.
A lot more accessible.
Yeah,
for sure.
But you could probably say the same thing maybe about that now. It's just that it's not been going as long.
True.
For example, if you watch Endgame and you've not watched any of the other films, it might make a lot less sense to you. But I imagine you could watch it.
But I think you can catch up fairly easily with the film. There's only 21 films in the MCU compared to 21,000 comic lines. Yeah.
Because it's much harder to make a film.
Yeah.
Production time-wise.
Than draw a comic.
Yeah.
And well,
they're much longer as well. Right. I've got some shitty
superheroes.
You've got the power of James Bond, but you have to talk like Sean Connery.
Yeah.
One of the top ones is you can lift anything over 2,000 pounds, as in like weight-wise, but you can't lift anything under 2,000 pounds.
Oh, that would be useless.
It's like super strength.
But super weak.
Yeah.
As the trade-off. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, I wouldn't go for that.
Is
this like a would you?
Not really. It's just like this is the power that's been gifted to you.
Okay.
And it's just a shitty one.
You've got to live with it now.
Yeah. The other one was that I thought was really funny is the longer you charge your yee, the stronger your ha. So if you're on yeehaw, right?
What?
And it was like you have to wear a cowboy hat.
Okay.
But say you charged your yee. Let me see if I can probably find.
Hang
it.
on. What does your ha do? Are you just saying it's loud?
No. Well, let me see if I can find it.
Please tell me more.
Right, it's quite a long post, so I'll read it for you.
Okay.
You have to be wearing a cowboy hat at all times
Right.
for this effect to continue. If your hat is knocked off, your charge is reset.
Oh,
Okay.
I hate when that
So,
happens.
for example, if you charge your yee for a minute, you can blow papers off a table 20 foot away.
Okay.
So that's like the
How long did you say that takes to charge it?
A minute.
A minute.
So 60 seconds.
Okay.
After like 10 minutes of charge, you can kind of like rip the clothes off somebody.
Right.
So you just like blast them off.
Okay. But you wouldn't harm the person.
No.
That just affects the clothes.
That's what it says.
Okay.
And then, like, say, these are like examples. After an hour of charge, you could reduce a house to rubble.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to sit there
For an hour going yee.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can kind of hold it. And you can go to someone's house and go, ho, and it's just like and just obliterate someone's house. So and then extended charge after past an hour has not been tested. It's entirely possible to destroy a city with one Marty yeehaw, but that much power could shred your organs in the process.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Here's some other rules. You need a standard cowboy hat, not too big, otherwise it leaks.
Yeah.
And not too small, otherwise you overload the cowboy hat.
So hang on. You're saying that you could just pick a cowboy hat to do this with? The power doesn't come from the hat.
Apparently, yeah. But you need to have a hat otherwise.
Okay.
The yee actually synchronizes with your inner cowboy energy within your hat.
Okay.
Storing it like an energy. So it's like a symbiosis.
Yeah.
Like a monk humming a mantra. Sustaining your yee builds this energy more effectively than several short yees.
Okay.
As long as you are wearing your hat, the energy will not dissipate over time except through atomic decay and conversion to light energy, which is very minimal.
Mm-hmm.
The more cowboy you feel, the stronger the charge.
Right.
Upon uttering a haw at any volume, time, and place, even accidentally, the energy escapes your mouth instantly, spanning a conical arc of about 0.3 radians, rushing outwards at the speed of sound. At high energies, it immediately heats and expands the air in front of you like lightning, giving, in some cases, a very deafening effect. It's important that you wear ear protection and thermal insulation to alleviate some of the side effects of this superpower.
Well then.
Would you take that?
Yeah. There's not really any downsides to having that.
What if you charge it too long? And if you have to wear the cowboy hat continuously, do you know what I mean? Well, you don't have to, but
No, but you can take it off and
but then the
you've
power's
not-
gone.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right.
Yeah, I'd take that.
Okay.
What if you know what I'd do with it?
What if you accidentally destroyed the world by just yeeing too long?
I just wouldn't yee that long.
What would you use it for then?
I've literally no idea. What could you use that for?
Like scaring people.
So,
Do you know what I mean?
it'd just be useless.
That's the point. It's a shitty
Well,
superpower.
yeah, I suppose that is the point. Would you take it?
No, shitty.
I feel like there's not enough trade-offs to not take that one.
True.
If you say your body turned into a cow or something like that for the cowboy, it might put me off a bit.
Here's another one. An egg always appears in your pocket when you're around a dog, so you can give that egg to the dog.
Okay.
Because that is a superpower, supernatural.
Am I missing the reason that an egg would appear when a dog's around?
Yeah, they might not want the egg, but you
Yeah.
could give it to the dog
Why? Why would dogs want eggs?
to eat. Why else would they want an egg, you pleb?
No, I wouldn't take that power.
What about this one? You are never wrong when you push or pull a door to open it.
That's a great power. That's a really good power.
It's shitty though, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
It is.
You can't fight good or evil, but no matter what door.
Yeah.
But do you think would that change how the world around you works? What if it's a sliding door? Just suddenly become an open, like a normal door? Or
I'd just say with a sliding door, it would just never close for you. Say if it was turned off,
yeah.
it'd just open for you anyway.
How would you get on your balcony then? Would your balcony just be an automatic
Oh no,
sliding door?
I thought that not an automatic. So because my door, you'd have to slide it.
Yeah.
I'd just always be able to slide it, whether the handle was up or down for locked.
Okay.
I'd just be able to open it.
Fair enough.
You could rob a lot of banks with that.
I think if it's still locked,
Oh, it's still locked.
it's just if it's a push or pull door. Do you know what I mean? You could just, no matter what you do,
Oh well, in which case I'd say it wouldn't affect my door, and it wouldn't affect
bank doors.
automatic doors.
Yeah.
No.
But here's one. You have the ability to speak fluent German, but only whilst raising your right arm in a straight 45-degree angle.
I'm not going to take that.
You're not
power.
going to take that one?
No.
No? Okay. Here's another shitty one. You can teleport to any shower that you've previously been in from any shower that you get in, but only when both taps are running.
That would work such a little amount of time.
You could get into your shower, and then you'd have the feeling that you could go to your shower back at home.
Would you know when, or would you just have to guess?
I feel like you could try it, but you wouldn't get in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you called up a phone and you just got a deadline, you wouldn't get through. But if you get through, you'd get there. So, but I imagine the only time you'd get through to your home one is if someone was having a shower. Mm-hmm. And then you just appear in the shower with them.
You could build a network of people.
Yeah.
So if I said to you, oh, by the way, I've got this power. Mm-hmm. I'm going to give you... Well, we already know each other. Say we didn't, you were a stranger. I'd be like, I'm going to exchange numbers so I can give you a call. If I want to come back, you can turn your shower on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that could work.
Yeah, it's almost a bit like the flu network in Harry Potter, isn't it?
Yeah. You'd have to be careful, though, because say you'd stayed in a hotel somewhere and you thought, oh, I'd like to go back to that hotel. The only reason that a shower would be on is if someone was using the shower.
Yeah.
That could get quite awkward.
Yeah. I wonder if you could use it for like an assassin thing. Do you know what I mean? Like knowing that someone was going to be in a certain room.
I want to know how would you like come through the shower?
Yeah.
Like, would you like emerge in droplets and then rebuild?
Sure.
Yeah.
I didn't make it up. I don't know. When you crack your knuckles, they start glowing like glow sticks for an hour.
And that's it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take that. No, I would take that. That could be useful. How bright do they glow?
Like a glow stick level.
Like a glow stick level.
Yeah.
I think that might end up being more of a hindrance.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. No, I'm saying no to that one.
Okay. Every time you dab, someone within a 10-kilometer radius is also forced to dab.
Okay. But if they're within 10 kilometers, you might not see it.
No, but it'd be funny, wouldn't it?
So you could just kind of chance it if you knew something important was happening within 10 kilometers. Just constantly dab to try and put them off. Mm-hmm. Yeah, go on then.
Okay. You have the ability to listen to 2 podcasts at the same time.
Do we not all have that ability anyway?
But could you really listen to them?
Could you take it in? No. I'd take that, though. You could learn a lot. You could learn a new language.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good, wouldn't it?
Quicker.
That's about it. There's some more, but they're a mix and match.
They're really rubbish.
Yeah. Some of them.
Right, so after talking about all of the superpowers that have ever been, would you change your answer on what you'd go for?
I mean, I do enjoy the idea of being able to take my arms off.
Yeah.
But I think I might stick with...
living forever.
Yeah. More. Yeah, kind of like... I like Wolverines.
Would you rather pick living forever? So is the sense of that you can't die more appealing than the time travel element? Because you're saying that I assume an element is to kind of live through generations and see how time's going on. But if you could time travel, you could do that anyway.
I just feel like time travel's often more hassle than it's worth. Do you know what I mean?
It's often more... So there's a lot of times where time travel's a bit annoying.
Well, it just paradoxes everywhere, isn't it?
But we don't know whether that would happen.
Well, I know it wouldn't happen if I didn't have it.
That's true. Mm-hmm. I'm going to try.
Okay.
I'll
is this just a time travel episode all over again?
Oh, God, yeah. Let's not get into that again.
Yeah.
I'd still go with time travel, though.
Fair enough.
Do you ever watch Bernard's watch when you were little?
Yes.
I was really jealous of his watch.
I heard stories about him going to university or something like in high school, whatever.
Yeah.
And he used to walk into the canteen and everyone would freeze.
Oh, that gets so annoying.
And he I think I must have been a university thing. I think I saw it on Twitter.
Yeah.
And he'd come into the halls where everyone eats.
Yeah.
And everyone just freezes.
That'd take some doing, that.
It would. That's like some sophisticated level bullying there, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bad for that guy. So for those that haven't watched Bernard's watch, he had this watch where you could stop time by just kind of pressing the watch. I think that was about it.
That was about it, yeah.
And then
you say that like, you just stop time, yeah.
But I mean, it's not like it stopped only for an hour. Was it an hour? Maybe it was more. I think it was more than that until you repressed it.
I was going to say he just had to press it again, I think. Yeah.
What about the Queen's nose?
Sorry, before we go on.
Go on.
You'd end up getting really old to other people, I think. If you had the ability to stop time, it'd catch up with you eventually.
Do you think that, I think I spoke about this in the time travel one, where, if you're going to a bit where you're basically traveling in a different timeline, then come back to where you were, you would be older than when you left.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess, but if I have superpower, I also stop my aging as well.
Okay. That'd be better.
Yeah.
Okay. Queen's nose, was that where you make a wish?
Yeah.
And then it comes true?
Yeah. Is that kind of like a superpower?
Yeah. Can you do it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's not a superpower.
Yeah, well, you could wish for the smallest thing, couldn't you? And then I guess
but it doesn't happen in real life. Wishing for things doesn't work.
I wish this podcast got put out on Thursday.
Yeah, but that's already happening.
Well,
you know what? I'm going to put it out on Friday this week.
No.
Well, I wish that it was only 23 days until Endgame.
I wish we'd finish this podcast.
I think
that's what people are thinking. That's
we
what people
probably should
wishing at
end
home. Yeah.
I think everyone's tuned out already.
Right.
If you've enjoyed what you've been listening to this week, give us a little rating on your podcast app of choice. You can email in at bar@twosheepinthepool.com, BAA, like a sheep, and you can find us in all the usual places, Facebook, Twitter, all of that at Two Sheep in a Pool. Until next time, I've been Ben.
I'll be James.
See you later.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.